started. Again, if you know your rising sign, put it in the comments, your rising sign, so I'll know who I'm talking to. And let's get on with this month of July. So we're going to start with what the planetary aspects that are going to be happening for July are. And we're going to start first things first. On July the 3rd, we have a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. Now, full moons are beginnings, adjustments, acknowledgments, shedding a light on situations. So that will be happening in the sign of Capricorn. And we will be talking about how that will impact everyone individually. July the 10th, the planet Mars is going to go into the sign of Virgo. On July the 11th, Mercury will go into the sign of Leo. July 17th, we will have a new moon. New moon are about planting our seeds of intention. Got a Capricorn rising here. Planting our seeds of intention, starting new beginnings, starting new projects, things of that nature. So the new moon will be in the sign of Cancer. July 22nd. Now, remember that Venus is in Leo right now, and it will be making an extended stay. So from, when did it go in there? I think it went in there June the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Venus went into the sign of Leo on June the 5th. It's going to stay there until October the 8th, which only happens about every 18 months because typically Venus stays in a sign for about a month, about 30 days. But now it's going to be there in Leo for 4 months, which is great for my Leo natives. However, on July 22nd, Venus is going to retrograde. So we all know about the Mercury retrograde. We all know when a planet retrogrades, it slows down its orbit and it's not working fully as it should. So it will go retrograde in the sign of Leo from July the 22nd to, I think, September the 5th. And I think I'm going to do, now we're going to talk about that in the live and how that's going to impact you. Also on July 22nd, the sun will leave the sign of Cancer and it will go into the sign of Leo, thus starting Leo season. So there's a lot of energy in July around the sign of Leo. On July 23rd, Chiron, the wounded healer, is retrograde in the sign of Aries. I actually may do a separate live, or I may actually just post how this will impact everyone. Chiron is not a planet, it's more like an asteroid, and it's about how the healing process that we do. So I'll probably post some information on that. July 28th, Mercury will go into the sign of Virgo. And one of the most important things that's going to be happening in July is the nodes will finally be leaving the signs of Scorpio and Taurus. So if you are a Scorpio native or a Taurus native, the last year and a half, you have hosted what we call the eclipses. Lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. And this is where we have really, really dynamic changes in our life. And it happens over a year and a half at different times. And so each year and a half, it is hosted by a different sign. So again, Scorpio and Taurus, I will probably say went through a lot of changes and transformations over this last year and a half because they hosted the eclipses. Well, my Scorpio and Taurus natives will be happy to know that that energy that has been impacting you and disrupting you and changing your life is now leaving, and it will be disrupting and changing the lives of Aries and Libra. So Scorpio and Taurus, you can breathe a sigh of relief. You have done the work. So on July the 13th, until January 30, 2025, Aries will be having the North Node in their sign, and Libra will have the South Node in their sign. And we're going to do a separate live on that because that is a big, big change. But I just want to get everyone prepared that my Scorpios and my Tauruses, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Your lessons are done, and I hope you got the lessons. Okay, so now that we've broken down what's going to be happening, we're now going to be talking about individually the rising signs for the month of July. We're going to be talking about where the sun and the new moon will be impacting you and possibly giving you a fresh new beginning. We'll be talking about the full moon, where you may see an ending or an adjustment or an acknowledgement or some kind of, oh, I never joined a Facebook Live. Hey. where you may see an ending, adjustment, or acknowledgement, or a shedding of light on a certain situation in your life. And then we're going to talk about, most importantly, Venus and how the retrograde could possibly affect you during the month of July. So is everyone ready? Everyone have, starting at the top of the zodiac, Aries, rising, sun or moon. The sun and the new moon will be impacting, everybody say thank you, your fourth house. So if you're an Aries rising, the sun and the new moon, the sun is the heat, vitality, where your attention and where your energy will be focused, along with the new moon, where you could possibly experience a fresh new beginning, starting a fresh new manifestation, things of that nature, is going to be impacting your fourth house. So the fourth house, it's about real estate. It's about the buying and selling of property. It's about the physical space that we live in. It's also about our family dynamics. So this is where the family that we come from and the family that we make for ourselves. This is also the area that governs the prominent women in our life. A lot of times when we are talking about the fourth house, we assign the mother to this house. Some astrologers believe that it's the parent, the most nurturing parent. However, it could be the mother or the father. And this is also the area that governs prominent women in our lives. So this may look like our grandmother, our sisters, our aunts, women that are close to us. And this is also the area that governs our emotional stability. So how this could play out for my Aries risings and sun or moons to a lesser degree, with the sun and new moon being there, this could look like decisions around a new place of residence. So some of you could be moving. Some of you could be thinking about selling property, buying a new home, with the sun and attention being there. This is going to be a lot of energy and focus around the family. So this could look like a lot of conversations, a lot of family get-togethers. This could, again, like I said, you could be thinking about moving, redecorating, changes around your home life. With the new moon there, we also want to plant our seeds of intention. So this would be great for those of you that are looking for a new space or thinking about purchasing their first home or purchasing their 10th home. But we're going to have a lot of attention in July around your family dynamics and family changes, okay? This is also the area that governs our emotional stability. So this could look like some of you dealing with old family issues, starting a new, fresh new beginning with regards to how you interact and the dynamics with your family. I would also advise my Aries risings to pay attention. If you are one of those that still has their mother with them, pay attention to your mother. She may need some added attention, or there may be some focus around her needs, desires, and things of that nature. If your mother is not with you, this could be someone close to you, maybe a wife, maybe a sister, a daughter, or something to that effect. So this could bring a lot of time spent and energy around, or conversation around the dynamics of the female energy in your life. Somebody said, "Oh my God, what's the oh my God? What happened?" Now, the full moon for my Aries rising will have everything to do with your 10th house. This is your career house. So while we're paying a lot of attention to and new beginnings around our family life and our home life, the 10th house and the full moon, again, a full moon is about endings, adjustments, and acknowledgments, or discovering on information that was withheld from us, because now we have the light to see everything clearly. This could be things with regards to your career, because it's the 10th house. So the 10th house is about our career. It's about our long-term goals. It's about our reputation, what we're known for, our titles. This is also the energy that governs prominent men in our life. So this could be our father, your spouse, higher ups, management, supervisors, things of that nature, and our reputation. And this is also about the titles that we wear, what we're known for. So some of my Aries risings could be experiencing things around changes in their career life. This could look like maybe a promotion. This could look like maybe you are leaving your current job for another job. This could also look like the starting of a new business. So maybe some of my Aries risings are leaving their 9-to-5 job to pursue a career in being an entrepreneur. That's where your title will change. You will go from being an employee to possibly the owner of your own business. That's title changes, but could be changes and endings around your career life or changes in that area. Now, sometimes when we see the full moon in the 10th house, this could be a higher up leaving your company. So it could look like, you know, a manager, a director, a supervisor, or a president or something announces that they're stepping down or they're resigning, they're leaving the company. Or this could look like your manager has taken a position somewhere else or a promotion. So you won't be seeing this person on a daily basis. So we could see higher ups leaving the company. Now, when we look at it from a personal perspective, this could be some of my Aries rising solidifying a divorce, coming to terms with the fact that the ending of a relationship. So some of you could be deciding to go your separate ways. And this is where we tie it back into your title changing. So you could go from being a Mrs. to now you're a Miss, or you go from being a wife to a divorcee, or you go from being a husband to a bachelor. So title changes could come about with that. Also, Aries rising, your Venus in the retrograde. Now, Venus is going to be here in this area of your life until October, but it's going to retrograde at the end of July 22nd to September the 3rd, and it's going to be impacting your 5th house. So this is all about the house of joy, your romantic life, dating opportunities. This is the house that governs our children and pregnancy and projects and areas where we take a risk. Now, I'm going to highlight who I feel like, because when we have a Venus retrograde, one of the things that typically happens is we run into our exes during a Venus retrograde. People believe that Mercury retrograde brings back an ex, and it can, but Venus retrograde can definitely bring back an ex into your life. And if it doesn't even bring back an actual ex, it may bring back the thought of an ex, or it may bring back relationship dynamics that you thought you had put to bed around your relationship. So I feel like Aries risers were going to be one of those that's going to have a high possibility of running into an ex-date, someone they used to date, or they run into someone they used to date and they try to rekindle the relationship. And y'all know how I feel about rekindling relationships under retrograde energy. I don't fully support that, because normally what happens after the retrograde has ended, a lot of times you discover that this is not any different from what we broke up from. So it's like you get all caught up in the nostalgia of the relationship during the retrograde. But as we get closer to the going out of the retrograde, you start to see clearly and you remember why you got out of the relationship. Now, I would say if you do run into an ex and you decide to rekindle the relationship, please take it slow, take it with a grain of salt, and let's wait until we get mid-September to find out if the relationship is going to work and if the person has actually changed. But just know that there may be slowdowns around that. This could also be interactions with your children. They may go through some challenges during this retrograde period, because the 5th house does govern our children and pregnancy. Some of you may be hearing about a pregnancy. Some of you may be hearing about your own pregnancy or someone close to you with regards to this energy. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about Taurus rising, sun or moon. Now, the sun and the new moon is going to be highlighting your 3rd house. So this is going to be dynamics around your communication, your transportation, your neighborhood. That includes your neighbors. And this also could be educational pursuits could come up, and our interactions with our siblings. So with the sun and the new moon here, a lot of attention on that. So one of the things Taurus rising could experience is the need for or the desire for new transportation. So some of you may be thinking about getting a new vehicle of some sort. That's up to you what you want to do. But this could bring about the desire or the need for new transportation. Because we're looking at the 3rd house, This could be neighborhood changes. So maybe you have neighbors that moving in and out. Maybe you're having increased interaction with your neighbors, something to that effect. This could also look like, when it's in the third house, the potential for a move. It's a very low potential for it, but you could be thinking about moving. And if you do decide to move, Taurus rising, this could possibly look like you are moving somewhere that's not too far from the place that you're moving from. So you stay generally in the same vicinity. Or you could be looking at neighborhood changes. Maybe you're watching new neighbors move in or out, or maybe you're just watching and witnessing how your neighborhood is changing in some way. Okay. Also, this is great for educational pursuits. So some of you maybe get the opportunity or the need to go back to school, strengthen your skills. Now, when we look at the third house and about education, it's not so much higher education, college level. This is more about lower education. So if this was something wrapped around you're trying to improve your skills, or you're trying to get educated and garner like a certification, or, you know, some type of hobby that you wanted to learn. It's just things more or less like that could possibly advance your skills, make you a little bit more marketable, but it may not be a full out degree plan. It may be something along the lines of classes that you take, and it takes you about 6 months to a year to complete the course. And this also have you thinking about or spending more time with your siblings, your extended family. And you could be throwing in a lot of short distance trips during the month of July. So road trips or trips within the United States or wherever you live, just staying in that general region. So your full moon Taurus rising is going to be impacting your 9th house. Ending, adjustment, acknowledgement around a legal situation could happen. So some of you could be finishing up a court case, a legal situation, maybe that comes to a resolution at this time. This could also be the planning of or the taking of a long distance trip. So some of you could be doing that, or you could possibly be finishing up the paperwork for a passport or some type of citizenship type dynamic going on that finally comes to a conclusion. So maybe some of you are finally getting your passports or your visa, or you're getting dual citizenship, you know, in another country somewhere. This could also look like changes around your spiritual life, your religious beliefs. Some of you may be getting ready to start a spiritual journey. Questioning your faith comes up with this, and you decide that you want to study other areas of religion. Maybe some of you are changing your religious affiliation or changing churches in some way. So that could come up for you. Now, Taurus rising, your Venus is making its extended stay in your 4th house, family, real estate, your home life, your prominent women in your family. So when I look at Venus being in the 4th house, over this next 4 months, you may be beautifying your current space. That could be very important for you. But this could also look like, with the retrograde period coming up, old family dynamics coming back up. So if there's been issues within your family, problems within your family, distance within your family, or maybe it has to do with your mate or the people that you live with, you may be revisiting a housing situation during this Mercury retrograde. There could possibly be someone that is moving out, more than likely not moving in, could be to a lesser degree. But a lot of times this could be someone that is moving out, or you know what, somebody returning back to stay with you, or inquiring about coming back home to stay with you. So this is also with this Venus in retrograde. This is great for you starting a home renovation project. Now, the only way that's going to work out successfully if this is something that you've been planning for. So this could look like redecorating, repainting, doing a whole new home renovation process for yourself. But again, if this is something that you just have come up with, I would say wait until the end of the, until like mid-September after the retrograde. If not, if this is something that you've been planning for, thinking about, this would be a time that you possibly will go ahead and do that. All right. The next one is Gemini rising, sun or moon. The sun and new moon is going to be impacting your second house, your money house. So this is how you earn your money. This is the value you place on money. This is your material possessions, your investments, your long-term investments like your stock market, your 401ks, your IRAs, your investments, things of that nature. So with the sun and the new moon here, this would be great for those Gemini risings that are looking for new employment. You should start setting your intentions for a new job. If you're currently somewhere that you love where you are, this could be a promotion coming your way. This could be an advancement in some way. Maybe some of you get a raise or a bonus. But a new beginning around your work situation. This also could put you in the energy of wanting to make a purchase, maybe a sizable purchase. So it could look like property, a new vehicle, something that has a lot of value or holds on to its value. You may be wanting to purchase a luxury item because the second house is about our material possession and our luxury items. So you may be thinking about buying that pair of Jimmy shoes that you've been looking at, or that latest Louis Vuitton purse, or some very expensive perfume. Hey, if you can, go right ahead. But that's how that could, and this could also bring a lot of money-making opportunities to you, or money-making ideas come your way during this month. Your full moon is going to be about ending adjustments, acknowledgments around resources that you share with another person, resources that you gain from another person or through another person or through an entity or financial institution. So if you are Gemini rising, with it being a full moon, this could look like an ending of a source of income for yourself. So let's say, for instance, you're a college student and you depend on your parents each semester to send you X amount of dollars for books, necessities, whatever it is you need to spend on. And they inform you that next semester they're not going to be able to continue funding or sending you money every month or paying for your education. So that stream of income or that source of income stops. Now, this could look like anything. I'm just using that as an example. This could look like someone that's been receiving child support and then all of a sudden it stops because the other parent loses their job or loses their damn mind and stop paying it. That could happen. But you could see a stream of income dry up or be lost, or at best, if it's not totally lost, it could be lessened or adjusted in some way. Okay. This is also the area that governs inheritances, taxes. I hope y'all have done your taxes already, but that could come back around also. And some of you could be finalizing something that has to do with an inheritance or something that was left to you, and now you're finally resolving that situation and you're receiving the funds from that. Maybe you are settling a lawsuit of some sort, so that could come up. Now, sex and intimacy is also here in this area. So with this being a full moon, ending adjustments, acknowledgments, some of my Gemini risings could be seeing an end to a relationship or a situationship, or a connection that you have sexually, or an intimate connection with another person could come to light in some way, or you could be addressing sexual dysfunctions or a decline in the sex life or a decline in your intimate life with someone. So that could be a thing that you would be addressing for the month of July, Gemini rising. And your Venus is going to be impacting your third house, communication, transportation, educational pursuits. This is also the area that governs our day-to-day activities and routines that we do. So with Venus being there, one thing that I would tell my Gemini risings, if you are in the path of love, or if you're in the space of wanting to find someone, make sure you put a little extra effort in your appearance when you go out to run your routine, or your errands that you need to run, because the third house is about the mundane things that we do every day. So if you're in the space of wanting to meet someone, do a little extra attention to what you look like as you're going about your day throughout your neighborhood. You could find love in your neighborhood or with a neighbor or someone close to you. You're another one that may be thinking about buying a new vehicle. That could come up. And this would be a great time for you also to return to school. Okay? Do we have any questions so far with Aries rising, Taurus rising, or Gemini rising? Is everyone still there? Give me a heart and let me know if everyone is still there. Give me a thumbs up wherever you are viewing this, please. And we're about to do Cancer rising, sun or moon. So July for you, it's going to start off with the sun and the new moon impacting your first house. Now, the first house is about our physical self, our body, our appearance, how we're showing up, our personality, our individual personal goals and pursuits, and how people experience us. So when we have the sun and the new moon in the first house, this is an emphasis on your physical self and how you're showing up. So what this could look like is your energy, radiating, people experiencing you differently. You could be drawing in a lot of opportunities for yourself, a lot of attention toward yourself. This is a great energy for you to manifest with that new moon, maybe possibly new love into your life and new personal opportunities and goals. I would say for my Cancer rising, this would be a great month to start planning for your long-term personal goals during this time. So you're going to have that added energy and vitality around the sun that's going to make you, just more optimistic, more driven on things that you want to do. Now, this could also set you up for wanting to change your appearance. So this could look like you changing your hair, changing your wardrobe, doing something different with, like I said, fashion. Or this could be as serious as you deciding you wanted to have some type of cosmetic surgery or some type of changes to your physical body. With the Venus retrograde coming up, I would always caution people about doing any type of elective surgery with regards to cosmetic changes. It's just not the best energy to do that under. But you can start the planning process. You can start the research process on whether, what kind of procedures you want and the doctor that you want to perform them. So changes around your physical body, paying more attention to your health, your appearance, and just showing up in a better light and a better energy. Now, the full moon is going to be impacting your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. We consider this the marriage house. So for Cancer rises, we're talking about marriage, long-term committed relationships, business relationships, also relationships that we have with people that provide us with a service. So don't always just think marriage and romantic relationships, which it does include, but this is the conscious chosen relationships we go into with another person for whatever reason. And with the full moon, endings, adjustments, acknowledgments, or seeing things clearly in this area, this could be putting a spotlight on your one-on-one relationships and how you're showing up in your relationships and how other people are showing up. Could this look like some of you ending a relationship? Yes, it could be. And if it's not a full out ending the relationship, maybe it is ending how the relationship functions. Acknowledging that how we're doing this relationship is no longer working and we need to adjust it in some way, change it, and going in a different direction and how we relate to each other in the relationship. Does that make sense? And this could be across the board with any relationship we have. But we are going to have to take a hard look at how the relationships are functioning during the month of July. Okay. Now, your Venus is going to be in the 2nd house. Let me tell you something. I love Venus in the 2nd house of money because it makes it so easy for you to make money, especially those of you that own businesses. Now, even with it being in a retrograde, this is still positive energy for you to earn money or have money making opportunities come your way. Now, what we should be doing with this retrograde of Venus in the 2nd house is evaluating how we spend our money. determining whether or not our spending habits are in a positive or a negative. So this will have you reviewing your budget, reviewing how you spend money, reviewing the value of what you place on money. Now, it can also bring back a lot of money-making opportunities. So you could possibly hear about a job that you applied for. They could be contacting you back. You could be getting money paid back. Maybe somebody decides to pay that money back that they owe you because it is a retrograde. And this can also look like you going back to a money-making opportunity, or someone presents a business opportunity or a business deal to you that you passed on initially, and now you feel like this is a good time for you to do that. Or some of you could be returning to an old job or an old career path. Okay? Leo rising, sun or moon, that is me. I'm a Leo rising. Now, the sun and the new moon for Leo rising is going to be impacting our 12th house. The house of hidden things, secrets, endings, closures. This is the house of specialized populations. So this looks like hospitals, rehab centers, prisons, places where we go to be alone. So that's retreats, foreign lands, things of that nature, in our spiritual life. So with the sun and the new moon here, this could look like the blossoming of a new beginning around our healing. Dealing with things from the past could be something that happens during the month of July. Dealing with old traumas that we thought we had dealt with before. And it's crazy because I think today I was thinking about something that happened to me in childhood and how it still impacts me today. And I was actually making a decision that I was going to address this thing, maybe not this summer, but next summer. So the thing is, I had an incident when I was about 6 or 7 years old with, I was in I don't know what the hell I was. It was a lake or something like that. I don't remember. And I was drowning, like drowning. So I don't know how to swim. So I have a fear of water, but I love to be by the water. So today I was thinking about that, and I was like, you know what, for my 55th birthday next year, I'm going to learn how to swim. So that could be something that you're tackling, those things, those traumatic things that are still buried down in your psyche. That could be what comes up for you. Now, sun and the new moon could reveal new information to you, because this is the house of secrets and hidden things. You could be on the receiving end of information that has been kept from you for whatever reason, information that you possibly needed. So let's be mindful of receiving information out of the blue. You won't have to go looking for this. It'll just find you if that's the case, Leo rising. Now, the full moon is going to be impacting your 6th house. So we're going to be looking at health, mental and physical health. We'll be looking at our work environment. The foods that we eat, our pets, and how we're of service to others. So how this could play out with the full moon being in the 6th house, endings, adjustments, acknowledgments, we could be dealing with health issues, getting really serious about how we take care of our physical and mental health, getting rid of bad habits that impact us on a physical level, that impact our health, things of that nature. So we could be addressing those types of things. Changes in our diet, so more like lifestyle changes around food, coming to the realization that we can no longer eat the way we used to eat, and ending our unhealthy habits around food and starting something brand new with regards to a lifestyle change around how we take care of our body. Now, if you own a pet, this could possibly bring on health issues around your pet. I hope not. I hope not. But this could be some intention around your pet. And also a situation around service. So if you are currently a caretaker of someone, or you're in a caretaker role, or you have responsibility for someone, That whole situation could be coming to an end. However it comes to an end, you may not be in that caretaker role for much longer. Okay. Now, the Venus is in our first house. Okay, because we're hosting Venus this year. And the retrograde is going to be impacting us in a way that, number one, we could definitely see exes coming back our way. Actually, I had a dream about an ex the other night. I hope he just stay in a damn dream. It was a nightmare. But we could see exes coming back. We could see old missed opportunities coming back our way. This could actually have us thinking about changing our physical appearance. You know, buying new clothes, changing our hair, going back to a style that we thought, you know, was really, really good for us. So we're going to be really taking stock of how we're showing up and how we're physically showing up and taking care of ourselves. They love to spin the block. I wish their ass would just spin somebody else's block. But we could be seeing a lot of opportunities coming back our way with this Leo in the first house. I hate block spinners. I really do. The next is going to be Virgo rising, sun or moon. The sun and the new moon for the month of July is going to be impacting your 11th house. So this is about our friends, our groups or associations that we're a part of. This is also about our long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. And this is an area that governs financial gain. So if you are a Virgo rising, this could look like a lot of socializing, because this is like one of the biggest social houses. So if you are a Virgo rising, sun and moon, I would strongly suggest that you get out and socialize. Get out and meet new people. Get out and spend time with your friends. This could also look like you taking more responsibility in a group or an organization that you're a part of. If you're not, you may show an interest in joining a group, whether that's online or offline. This is great for Virgo risings that are wanting to meet someone but don't have a lot of time. You may want to think about doing online dating. That could come up because the 11th house is a relationship house, and it is a house about technology, and we find online dating here. So some of you could be meeting someone through technology based, maybe through a Facebook group. Somebody reaches out to you in your DM, or you join a one of the dating apps or something to that effect. So that could be a possibility. Your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes could come into play. Some of you could be coming to seeing the fruition or the results of a long-term goal that you've had for yourself, or you are setting new goals and ambitions for you at this time. The full moon is going to be Virgo rising in your 5th house of joy, children, pregnancy, dating, and romance. So this could look like an ending, adjustment, acknowledgement around a dating situation. I mean, it could be a full-out breakup, but it also could be the ending of you guys just casually dating and now you're exclusively dating. Or you decide to make some big change with regards to your relationship. And some of you could be ending a relationship, deciding that it's best for you to go your separate ways. This could look like something around your children, maybe a situation that's been ongoing with your children, and you finally put that to rest in whatever way that is. Could be hearing an announcement of a pregnancy, or someone is close to you is pregnant, or you yourself may be pregnant. But a lot of energy and change around your romantic life and your dynamic with your children really stands out for me. And you could also be coming to the end of a creative project for yourself. You know what? I want to go back because Venus, my Aries rising, with that Venus being in your 5th house, please buy a lottery ticket during this time. Yeah, please buy a lottery ticket during this time. Now, Virgo rising, your Venus is going to be in your 12th house. Now, the retrograde for you in the 12th house could bring back old loves. It could bring back old situations with regards to a relationship. Now, you're another one with Venus in the 12th house. This could look like if you could meet someone in secret. The only thing I would caution with Venus in retrograde in the 12th house is making sure that person is actually available. So making sure that person is not connected in another relationship with someone. And if they're not in a relationship, making sure they're not emotionally attached to a previous relationship. This could bring on people that are not fully available to you, and you starting the relationship and you're not realizing that you're dating someone that's already connected to someone else. Now, this could also look like you starting a relationship with someone and you deciding to just kind of keep it under wraps until you know whether or not it's going to work. It could happen like that. But a lot of secrecy around your love life during this time. And you're another one that, again, you could be seeing an ex returning into your life. And if not just physically returning, this could be you dreaming about the person, or you're thinking about the relationship, or you're thinking about reaching out to this person. Proceed with caution, okay? So we have Leo rising, Virgo rising, and Libra. No. Oh, we just do it. Cancer rising, Leo rising, and Virgo rising. Do we have any questions about those three? Oh, shoot. I thought I was going to have y'all off here at 9 o'clock. I'm not. I lied. Okay, so let's move on. The next one is Libra rising, sun or moon. The sun and the new moon is going to be highlighting your 10th house of career. So you're going to be having a lot of attention with regards to your career, higher ups, promotions, job changes. This is going to put an emphasis on your job search. If you're currently looking for a job, this could breathe new life and new energy into your job search. This would be a great time for you to start looking for a new job during this time. Now, fiscally, the summertime is really kind of a slowdown with companies hiring, so you may not hear anything until like the first of the year, but this is about planting those seeds because we have our new moon here. And so we want to plant the seeds of intentions of a new job or a new opportunity or a new promotion around your career. Now, this one is great because for my Libra risings that are single, this could bring someone new into your life because it is a relationship house. So some of you could be meeting someone, committing to someone. Some of you could be getting engaged. So I'm excited and some of you could be wearing new titles around a personal endeavor or a career endeavor, but a lot of the energy and time spent in new beginnings around your career. Your full moon has everything to do with your 4th house of family. Some of you will be moving here in the next few months, Libra rising, putting a house up for sale, searching for a new property, searching for a new place, the ending of a lease of some sort. Now, this could come suddenly because there's some energy impacting this area. So be prepared for a possible sudden move, maybe during July that you just did not anticipate. And this could look like someone moving out of your residence. Okay. Now, with the full moon being the 4th house, and this has to do with your parents, I would definitely say to my Libra risings to pay close attention to your parents. If they're needing some added attention or needing additional assistance, please be there for them if you can. And your Venus is going to be highlighting your 11th house. So that retrograde is going to be bringing back old friends that you haven't heard from. I don't know how you feel about that. You'll figure it out once you hear from them. This could bring up old dynamics with regards to your friend groups and friend situations. So if there's been tension or problems, this could actually bring it to the head, bring it to a head with your friend groups. Some of you will be joining an organization or a group or something to that effect. And especially with this being such a social house, if you're a Libra rising, this would be great for you to get out and socialize with the potential of finding someone new in your life, finding love in a very unexpected way. And you're another one that will probably do very well with online dating during this month. Try it out. Let me know what happens, Leo rising. Libra rising. The next one is going to be Scorpio rising, sun or moon. Is my sister still on here? She's a Scorpio rising. She should be. So If you're a Scorpio rising, sun or moon, the new moon and the sun is going to be highlighting your 9th house. So this is all about international travel, foreigners, higher education, a legal situation or the law, religion, and your spiritual beliefs. So what this could be is a new beginning or a fresh new energy. A fresh new energy around educational pursuits. Some of my Scorpio risings may be deciding that they're ready to go back to school or need to go back to school in order to advance their career in some way. This could look like the planning of a long distance trip, the getting of passports, visas, things of that nature to prepare for a long distance trip. This could put you in connection with foreigners during the month of July. So increased activity around foreigners. Again, maybe taking a trip of some sort. This could also, again, with the educational pursuits, and we're talking about higher education. So if you need to pursue a degree plan, you need to pursue some educational pursuits that help you with your career advancement, this could be it. This will also have you looking at your faith, your religious beliefs, and basically how you see the world could be changing in some way. And if you're a Scorpio rising that is dealing with a potential legal situation of some sort, there could be a lot of energy and talk placed on that particular dynamic. Let's see, am I missing anything here? I don't think so. Scorpio rising, your full moon, so your ending, adjustment, acknowledgement is going to have everything to do with your 3rd house of communication. Some of you are planning a move or need to move, or it could look like you are dissatisfied with your current neighborhood. Now, remember, I always say when the 3rd house is highlighted, this could be a move, but it may be a short distance move, so you're not moving too far away from your current place where you live. But this could be that. We also could be looking at neighbors and interactions with neighbors. Maybe some of your neighbors are moving. Maybe there is a problem with your neighbors. So if it's not your neighborhood in general that you're dissatisfied with, it might be your neighbors in itself that you're not happy about. This could also look like extended family dynamics. Maybe sibling dynamics coming into play. Something with your extended family. And we could also be looking at the need for a new vehicle. I hope not. Now, Venus will be in the 10th house for my Scorpio risings, and it will be in a retrograde period. So that period of July to September, Venus will retrograde your 10th house of career. I like it. I like this retrograde in the 10th house because, again, this is another place that could bring back career opportunities. This could look like you deciding that you want to go back to an old job, old career pursuit. This may be connected with the educational component that you're trying to get started with, that directly correlates with your ability to move up in your career. So if you need to go to school in order to advance, if you've gotten somewhere, you're at a company and you've gone so far as you can go with your current abilities, that educational component could boost you forward. So this could be like returning to school. This would be a great time for my Scorpio risings to talk to higher ups about what they can do to move their career along and getting feedback in that way. That can happen. Oh, okay. So that's my Scorpio rising. Sagittarius rising, sun or moon. The sun and new moon is highlighting your 8th house. Other people's money, other people's resources, inheritances, shared finances, sex, and intimacy. So this is a new beginning or an opportunity around monies that you receive outside of the work that you do. This has nothing to do with anything that you do to bring in this money. You could be receiving a lump sum, a payout from an inheritance. Maybe some of you are waiting on a settlement and it finally comes through. Some of you may be still waiting on a tax return. That could possibly be coming through. Maybe your child support starts up again, your alimony starts up again, or you get an increase in some way from that. This would be great for those of you that want to go and secure funding from a financial institution. So this would be a great time for you to do that. So if you wanted to get a house loan, a car loan, personal loan, business loan, you should go to the bank at this time. This is also good for you, those of you that want to start paying down debt. So you will definitely be more motivated now to get your finances and your debt together, especially if you're collectively holding it with someone else. Your full moon is going to be impacting your second house. I hate to say this, but this could be an ending of a job. So maybe you have an assignment that's coming to an end. Maybe you are deciding to put your 2-week notice in. Maybe you're not sure, you don't really realize it, but the company is about to do a layoff or something. It could be. It could definitely be that. But it feels like more of a stream of income could possibly be adjusted in some way or stopped in some way. So I just want to prepare you for that. Okay. Now, your Venus will be impacting your 9th house. So this will be great for those of you that want to travel, especially travel with a loved one. So this could be a long distance trip that you're planning for yourself, finding love, going with your partner. And even if you go solo, you could possibly find love while you're traveling. So this also looks good, supportive for educational pursuits as well. But I think this has a lot to do with the travel component for my Sagittarius risings. And if you're going to travel during this Venus retrograde, I would suggest that you travel to somewhere that you've been before to avoid the possible hassle of the retrograde energy. Okay. Now, do we have any questions? Libra rising, Scorpio rising, or Sagittarius rising before we go to the last 3? All right. If you don't have any questions, even if you have any questions, just put them in the chat. So let's talk about Capricorn rising. Do I have a Capricorn rising on here? Let me know. The sun and the new moon is highlighting your 7th house, one-on-one relationships, business, marriage, romantic, services that you garner from another person, legal contracts. So this could be a new beginning and a fresh new energy for my Capricorn rising around their connections with other people. Just depends on what that looks like for you. So it could be a new beginning in a romantic relationship. You could be meeting someone. You could be taking the relationship to another level, or at least having discussions around the direction, the trajectory of the current relationship. If you're already coupled up with someone, this could be a renewal of love between these 2 people, or we're paying attention more to what is going on with the dynamics of this one-on-one relationship. Now, this could also be said for any business relationships that you have, family relationships, business. Again, don't just think romantic. That is included, but this is also energy around what we go into with another person. Now, this could also be legal proceedings or legal contracts. So some of you could be signing a legal agreement, a binding agreement. Pay attention, especially during the Venus retrograde, to what you are signing, Capricorn rising. But it could be a new beginning in a business opportunity, which would be good for you. Your full moon is going to be in your 1st house. So your physical body. So we're changing how we look, Capricorn rising. We're changing how people are experiencing us. We're evolving into something different. If you feel like you've become stagnant in your style, stagnant in your personal goals, especially your personal goals, stagnant in how you are relating to others and how people are relating to you, this is going to be a time that a lot of that dies off, and you are now showing up differently, showing up more energetic, showing up with better energy about yourself. You could be showing up physically in a different way. Style wise, this is great for you to address any ongoing health issues, where we're going to be releasing any bad habits or things of that nature. Now, your Venus is going to be impacting your 8th house. Sex, intimacy, and money and resources connected to someone else. Sex and intimacy, your sex life really probably needs a boost. So you may have Capricorn rising, new opportunities to explore sexually, to get you some, especially if it's been kind of like dry for my Capricorn risings. This could be a time that it opens up with the potential for you to get laid, hon. Get laid. Now, this is also Venus. Oh, and the Capricorn rising, it could be somebody from the past too, because it's a retrograde. Now, again, be careful. Don't sleep with the crazy ex, because they still crazy. But this could be somebody that kind of double backs, as April likes to say, spins the block and comes back around for another roll in the hay. You do with that what you will, and we'll see how that works out. Now, my next one is going to be Aquarius rising, sun or moon. The sun and new moon is highlighting your 6th house, health, fitness, your work environment, service to others, your pets. Some of you are going to be acquiring a new pet or thinking about it. Some of you are going to see changes in your work environment. So the 6th house is about who we work with, around, and for, and where we work. So there could be changes with your work environment. So this could be hiring new people, people changing departments. You could be changing jobs. Maybe your work environment gets a little bit more busy, a little bit more activity. This will be a great time for you to go in and ask for a raise, or maybe you're about to have your review, your annual review. Ask for some more money. When more money comes with more responsibility most of the time. Or you could be looking at a promotion or applying for another job. So your work environment, your work life gets really, really active. Maybe more responsibility for yourself could come up. This is also a time for you to be addressing your health. Now, with the sun being there, you have to really be mindful of not burning yourself out. So I want my Aquarius risings to be careful about burning themselves out, not getting enough rest. Please stay hydrated. Very much so. So you could get burnt out physically and mentally. So please pay attention to your health, both mental and physical health during this time. The full moon is going to be impacting your 12th house. So endings, adjustments around things that have to do with the hidden house, with secrets, places of confinement, those that are in hospitals. There could be the ending of a hospital stay for someone, maybe you or someone close to you. Maybe a hospital stay, even a prison stay. Maybe my Aquarius risings here is something about someone being released from prison or jail or something with regards to that. Or maybe somebody's going to jail or something. So that could be, that could be impacting you on that level. Or this is a time for healing. So the 12th house, the healing, closures, our traumas. So maybe this is a time that you finally start to release those things that you've been holding on to. Release those things that have been suppressing you. Release those traumas and those hurts. And this is a time that you do it with this particular full moon, which is really, really good for you. Now, your Venus is going to be in your 7th house. Love, 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 love that. Even with the retrograde, you're another one. Aquarius rising could bring back an ex or exes. Be careful with that, as I say. But this could also be a time that you use if you're currently in a relationship, because it's Venus, to strengthen your relationship, to really kind of like review it and make sure the two of you are in the same space, are on the same page, or we're going in the same direction. So you may be reviewing your relationship dynamics, and you may be hearing from an ex during the retrograde. Okay. Now, finally, do I have a Pisces rising, sun or moon on here? I do. That's Miss April. All right, Miss April, you're up. The sun and the new moon is impacting your dating house. The 5th house, romance, love affairs, casual sex, children, pregnancy, This is also the area where we take a risk. So one thing I would tell April is play the lottery, go to the casino, do something, get a scratch off ticket. You may be a winner. We're looking at new dating opportunities. We're looking at that. So if you're a single Pisces rising and you've been really wanting to bring a relationship into your life, this could be the time that you start manifesting and getting out there and bringing some new energy into your life by way of dating. We're just dating. We're not in relationships. We're just dating in the 5th house. Now, this could be breathing fresh new life into a current relationship. So we could be focusing on where is this relationship going, okay? That's what we're trying to figure out. But you're going to get increased activity around your romantic life and your dating life. Your time spent with children. This is the summer months, so we will be doing a lot of activities with the kids. So that will be taking up a lot of our time. You're another one, that Pisces rising, that could be hearing about a pregnancy of some sort. Maybe someone close to you is pregnant. Maybe you're pregnant. That could be a thing for you. But I really want y'all to play the lottery. And if you win, break your sister off. Do not forget me. The full moon lunar eclipse is going to be endings, adjustments, acknowledgments around your friendships, your social groups, organizations that you're a part of, your long-term goals. So this could look like changes in your friend groups, the ending of possible friendships, relationships, maybe the adjustment and how the friendship is going. Some of you, if you're a part of an organization, may be stepping down or contemplating leaving the organization because it no longer resonates with you. That can be a thing. Or again, if you have been really active in an organization, you decide that you don't want to do that anymore. I just want to be a member and I don't want any responsibility. Or you could be see someone prominent leaving the organization. That could come up too. Your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes, we could be seeing some of those coming to fruition. Or you decide that you want to make a change or an adjustment in a long-term goal. Okay? That's your 11th house. Now, your Venus is going to be in the 6th house for 4 months. The retrograde is July 22nd through September the 3rd. And it's in your 6th house of health and fitness. Your work environment. Oh, Lord. Your work environment and service to others. So I think for my Pisces rising, this Venus in the 6th house retrograde is all about you reassessing how you take care of yourself mentally and physically. You need to really, really pay attention to your body and how you're taking care of yourselves. Reviewing how you're eating, going back over that. So I want you to take time to love on yourself during this retrograde period from July to September. Really, really take care of yourself. Feed into yourself. Service to others. I also want my Pisces risings to evaluate how much they're putting out to other people. Because sometimes Pisces energy can be very self-sacrificing. So we want to make sure that there is balance in our relationships. So really, really, we're not so much keeping tabs or tit for tat, but we need to be mindful. You know, we're showing up for everyone. Is anyone showing up for us? There needs to be balance in those dynamics and those relationships where you're not just the person that's always being of service to others, and that people are there to help you. And some of you may be thinking about getting yourself a pet, and I support you on that. And that is how the month of July is going to pan out. This is a general reading. If you'd like a detailed reading where we can get into your personal birth chart, again, visit my website at www.melaningoddesslife.biz. Also, again, I have the again, like, share, and subscribe to me on all my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, where I post my monthly content on astrology. This video will stay here on the Facebook, and the edited version will be on my YouTube channel in a couple of days. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. I got your message, so I hadn't forgot you, so I'm going to reach out and let you know what times we have available so we can get together tomorrow. Thank you guys, and you have a great evening. Bye-bye.